Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Day video. It's Monday morning, which means another staking coins and Masternodes update video. And before we jump into the figures for the last week, just a few bits and pieces of housekeeping I want to make people aware of. Finally got NavCoin running again. That's running on the core wallet. Hadn't run for kind of weeks and weeks. I tried reopening the wallet, didn't seem to have an effect. And in the end, I bootstrapped basically the wallet. So if you have the NavCoin wallet, core wallet, you can go to File and Bootstrap Blockchain. It's just above the exit button there in the menu, and it will close down, download a bootstrap of the kind of file. Now that seemed to work for me, so that closed down, downloaded the bootstrap, and since then I've been staking, so that's good. So if you are having issues with that, try bootstrapping your wallet. Syndicate has had some big changes this week. You do need to do a compulsory wallet upgrade, so if you're just staking, it's quite simple. Just go here, I'll put all these links below. So you need to download the Syndicate Core version 2.1.0 wallet. If you are on Windows like me, it's quite simple. I just grab the Windows 64 wallet. Now, my wallet is just on the desktop, so copy your old wallet over to the recycle bin or put it somewhere else, and then the zip file that downloads, open it up. There'll be 4 different executables in there, and copy the syndicate-qt.exe file, copy that over back where you had your existing wallet, open it up, and everything should run as normal. You'll see that it's a new wallet because it uses a new logo on the sort of boot screen and within the wallet. There's also a zero mint function which isn't active yet, but you need to upgrade or you won't be receiving staking and masternode rewards in a few days. If you have masternodes, there are some commands you need to run on your VPS. I will put all those below, and I'll also link to the relevant sites. But the masternodes were quite good. Basically, you can log into your VPS that your masternode's running on, just run the commands. There's only about 5 commands, line by line, wait for it to kind of sync with the new wallet, and then you will probably need to go back into your local wallet. So make sure you upgrade your local wallet first. You'll need to go back into your local wallet and re-enable the masternodes from the masternode tab. So mine showed up, but they were showing up from before, so I think they had somewhere around 190, 200 days of uptime. So they've been really reliable, the Syndicate masternodes, which obviously wasn't accurate after I'd upgraded them. So you had to just highlight those and click start alias or start all, depending how many you have, and they should start up again now. Obviously, when you restart, you will not receive masternode rewards for about 3 days, I think it is. So I updated mine, I think it was on Friday, and I just started receiving rewards again this morning. Now, if you downloaded a version 2.1.0 before Friday, you might have seen that the wallet has been crashing a bit. So I downloaded it, maybe I updated it on Thursday because I had the wallet crash, and then I re-downloaded it over the weekend. It has been tweaked since then, and it does seem to be a lot more stable, so it hasn't crashed since then. But you need to update your local wallet and your masternodes. As I said, I'll put the links to the information below. If you have any issues, go to the Telegram group. The Discord group is very, very quiet, but the Telegram group is very useful, and there'll be people there to help you out if you have any issues. The other change here at the bottom, used to have Vulcano. Now, Vulcano was an airdropped coin, and I decided to kind of add them kind of to the list, and then I've received a few more airdropped coins via both Simple POS pool and my node pool. Now, a lot of them are quite small, so I think Vulcano is just under $10 worth. I've received another one called Unified Society, which is like a $1 or $2. So what I'm going to do is probably once a month, first update of the new month, I will do an additional table basically with just all the small amounts of airdropped coins from both those pools. So if you're on Simple POS pool or you're on my node pool, you will see you'll get small amounts of additional kind of coins from time to time as they're airdropped in. Anyway, so now I've decided to remove that from the list. Helix is now on the list. So as I've mentioned before, I did a masternode and mining video on this in the past. It's now masternodes and proof of stake, went live about 10 days ago. So I'm including that now on the list. So this main table now will only be coins that I've kind of purchased. All the free airdropped coins, as I mentioned, I will be doing a just quick overview once a month, probably first week in the month. Largely, they're not very large coins. There's small amounts of fairly obscure kind of coins, but it's nice to kind of keep a track of them, but I don't think it's worth putting them on the main spreadsheet. Anyway, after all those different bits and bobs, let's take a look at the results from last week. And the first thing to say, I suppose, is that obviously we had that massive pullback in the markets midweek. So The total worth here, which was, I think we were on about 8,900 last week, so we're down about 1,400, $1,400. Big pullback, particularly things like Neo Gas and NavCoin have had like really big kind of retracements. I think Neo this morning was not much more than $10. There was another little pullback overnight last night. Now these figures are all from midnight last night, so that latest little pullback is not reflected in these overall kind of figures. But yeah, very turbulent weeks. We've been expecting, I've mentioned it a few times over the last few weeks, I'm expecting some kind of breakout up or down, and unfortunately it was downwards. But anyway, that will be reflected in obviously the overall amounts here. But let's start at the top of the list with NavCoin. So after a few weeks of not staking, really good week staking for NavCoin. The one nice thing about Nav is that if you don't stake for a while, the coins do age while they're not staking. So when you start staking again, you're more likely to get staking rewards and larger staking rewards. So 9.85 coins worth $2.40 this week. Syndicate 61.2, that's down probably about 30. Because obviously we updated our masternode, so we had a couple of days, 2 or 3 days without any masternode rewards. As I mentioned, they started again this morning on the new sort of updated consensus rules. So 61.2 Syndicate worth $3.46. Neutron 3 stakes last week, 14.25 coins worth 20 cents. NeoGas seems to be back to normal now, 0.3366566 worth $1.27. Both Neo and gas prices really taken a tumble this last week. Bean Cash 1 stake this last week worth $2.29. Smart Cash 152.98 Smart Node rewards worth $2.88. Linda 2,496 coins worth $2.39. Chroma 46.86 coins worth $2.68. Pivx 0.35 worth 41 cents. Shard 5.77 worth 28 cents. And finally Helix at the bottom, the new coin 396.87 worth $4.01. So a really good first week for Helix. I'm grabbing the Helix prices from CoinGecko. It's not listed on CoinMarketCap now. I have a few more coins. I've got 19,000 coins here. I have a few coins that I'm waiting to withdraw from a RiseX, so that had been in maintenance until this morning. It's not a great exchange, so if you are looking to get into Helix, I would wait until the 20th. So tomorrow it will be listed on Crex24. I really wouldn't use RiseX. I've bought a few coins from them. I've had 2 withdrawals that have gone through okay. The first one took about an hour, the second one took about a day, and this last one I've been waiting 3 days. It's been cancelled, then it was in maintenance. I re-attempted it this morning but haven't received it yet, so I'll keep you abreast of that. But I have got a few more coins coming for Helix, but really good staker and masternodes so far. I have 10,000 of those locked into a masternode, 9,000 staking, and I'm receiving rewards for both. So grand total this week, $22.27. Now that's actually up on the last few weeks. If we jump to the table here, you can see a little bit higher. Looks very much like one of the Smart Cash Smart Rewards a week. So we're up a little bit on the previous few weeks where we've been around that $20 mark, and that's really just down to Helix. If Syndicate had been running for the full week, we hadn't lost those few days, we'd have received a little bit more. Obviously NavCoin, that's a better week than we would normally expect because we hadn't been staking for a few while, so that will be down no doubt a little bit next week, but hopefully Syndicate will take up the slack of that. And you know, Helix so far so good, but really we will need to see what the price sort of stabilizes at once it gets onto a slightly larger exchange or two. But so far so good. Let's have a look at the return on investment. So having a look through the list here, we can see very bad week obviously on the markets, and that has pushed everything down a little bit more. We've gone from about 71% down to 76, over 76%, so we've lost about 5% in total worth. Helix, the only coin in red, we're up about 100% now. I spent about what was it, I think it was about $68, $67 of a Bitcoin and buying a chunk when it was very, very low on RiseX a couple of weeks ago. And I also spent probably about $20 worth of electricity mining it right at the beginning of the chain. So total cost about 87. Now I do have those additional coins I've bought. I think it was $48 worth in Bitcoin. So when they come through, I will add that onto the total cost. But currently worth $180, so profit of $93.57. So the only one in profit, but that's because it is literally a brand spanking new coin. and if you can get in very early on the kind of mining before there's much popularity, or buy it very cheaply from the sort of the tiny exchanges that new coins are on, sometimes you can make a decent little bit of profit initially. But unless the price goes up a lot on this, it's not going to make you millions or anything like that, but quite a nice start. Everything else down, unfortunately. Even stuff like Pivx and Shard down a third. All the other kind of coins down a little bit more. There were a lot of these in the 60s in the last kind of week or so, and they're now back down to over 70% down. So overall, 76.42% down. Not a great result. And if we jump to the graph of the overall kind of value, you can see here we have currently just over 7,500, which is the lowest it's been since we started. And obviously this takes into account the staked rewards as well. So despite staking all those coins this year on some of these kind of things, that the price has really kind of depressed this. And it just goes to show that a lot of people like staking. I mean, I'm quite a big fan of staking and masternodes and stuff like that, but in a bear market, the staking and masternode returns very rarely will make up for the depreciation in price, and we can see that here. So even though we're receiving kind of coins, and some of them, pretty decent amounts of coins, the price is really pushing these down. So you're not seeing the kind of returns that you would hope to. Obviously, in a bull market, it's completely opposite. You're extrapolating the number of coins you have as well as the price. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching as always. Let me know what you think about me doing the sort of airdrop coins and the sort of the free coins I've received separately. The other thing I was supposed to mention was a few people have signed up to a simple POS pool through my link. Thanks very much for that. And I have received tiny amounts of the coins that you've staked in. I think I get like 1% or something like that. So I'm starting to accumulate tiny amounts of some sort of pretty obscure coins, but I'll put those all into the sort of airdrop and sort of free coins that I've received once a month. Anyway, ask me any questions as always in the table below. Apologies for the last few weeks. It's been very, very slow with video updates. The next few days are going to be a bit manic still, but then from the end of this week, so I think Thursday, Friday this week, and going forward towards Christmas, I should have a lot more time. So I've got a lot more videos planned, not just on staking and masternode stuff, but other stuff as well. So have a great day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.